Today we'll be speaking to RJ, who's a recent graduate in computer science from the University of Montreal. So RJ, to start off, could you tell us more about the University of Montreal?
University of Montreal, French university, the second biggest one in the world actually, right after the capital of France, Paris, and it's one that has great views. It's situated high on a mountain of Montreal in the center of Montreal, and it has its fame, at least for me as a computer science graduate, in how it is a center for AI and informatics research across the world. In fact, deep learning has one of its three root founders, Yoshua Bengio, as a University of Montreal's teacher. And he's gone.
Yeah, thanks for that. Another question I had, and even for other students coming into Canada as international students, how much of emphasis is there on the French language? Do people really need to know French, or is it fine to know English for some of the courses? How are the coursework, based?
This question, it's a time dependent one, because if you were to ask that question just last year, you would have received a very different answer, because the government of Quebec just this year has brought on a whole rigmarole of French-focused policies that aims to curb the spread of English in society, university, in order to promote French. It's akin to last century's protectionism. So in that way, French is very much prioritized nowadays if you want to study in Quebec. And the universities, there are English universities, McGill, Concordia, Bishop, but their future is a bit uncertain as of right now, this recording.
Yeah.
University of Montreal, it is a French university. There are some bilingual courses, but French is still very much required in order to have successful attendance at graduation.
Thank you so much for your insight. Another question I had was, what do you study in your 4-year program or 3-year program, specifically in Quebec, in computer science? What are the courses which you took, and what are the courses you really liked studying?
The courses for university programs, in my experience, the fun part starts at year 3, where you now have the plethora of optional courses to choose from. Before all that, year 1, year 2, it's mostly the standard path that they have already set up for university bachelor students. For year 3, now you can choose all sorts of interesting quirky courses. For me, I'm somebody who prioritizes courses, subject matters that I find interesting, I find passionate about. So there was one course, quantum computing, that got me into the theoretical physics mindset back when I was 15. I took the opportunity to take it. It was a highly enriching course that got us thinking about the fundamental fabric of how our universe is made of and how we can exploit it in order to crack some unsolvable problems that we have right now. Another one would be machine learning, AI, and data science. Data science and machine learning, they're two sides of the same coin. One is about how to analyze existing information from a data set, another is to predict new information out of this data set. And those are revamping the world as we're talking right now. All the big institutions, they are focusing on AI, and as a result, the entire landscape for us, the computer science graduates, it's very different. We are facing an uncertain future as we speak.
I think with that uncertainty comes a lot of change and progress within the tech space. So my last and final question for the interview is, what tips would you give both international and domestic students when applying to the University of Montreal? What important aspects of the application should they really focus on to ensure that they're successful in being admitted to the university?
Well, first of all, very important, get your application right. You want all the technicalities to align for you. This is something that sounds easy and self-explanatory, but I have found that there's quite a few students, would-be students, that are tripping on the first step. And also, as for my own personal take, focus on being well-rounded student. There are quite a few okay, please cut this part. I'm going to rephrase it.
No worries.
Okay. Because I have a French word that I'm stuck with. I forgot the English one.
Describe the English word, I can try giving it to you.
Co-student, friends, student. Like co-worker but student.
Colleague, peers.
Peers, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can talk.
And as for my own take, I would advise to be an all-rounded person in your learnings. There's quite a few of my peers in university that have chosen the easier courses in order to pass, to get higher grades. Well, that will yield you a better GPA, especially useful if you want to go to master or doctorate studies later. I would argue that in this changing landscape, as a tech student, especially so, that we as humans, in order to get one step ahead of the AI competition that is happening nowadays, we need to be able to make inferences based on a ton of variables from different domains and piece them together to have
like an impact.
Yeah, I have not fully phrased what I want to say in my head. This is getting philosophical, this last question of yours.
But like just general application tips, like having good essay, good grades, recommendation letters, extracurriculars, anything specific.
Self-explanatory, but I wouldn't say very important. Of course, it depends on the different curriculums. Let's say if you want to go to journalism, for sure you're going to need to have a good writing.
Yeah.
But what is your question focused on? Just general application or
General application, and like specifically the University of Montreal. Why? What are the things to highlight in the application specifically to why you want to choose the University of Montreal over like other universities? Like usually there's an application question, why U Montreal? So something on those lines.
There's a few friends of mine that have met at university that came from China, and that's actually surprising to me because Chinese international students, their priority would be to choose an English university. When I ask them the reason, they say, for one, it is easier to apply to a French university because of the number of candidates over here. So that's a big plus if you're worrying about application prospects. And also for the challenge, French, despite training English in international matters, it is still very versatile and also gives you a big asset when you want to develop internationally. later on in life.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.